Okay, thank you, and thank you for being here tonight. That is my next question. I wanted to ask each of you, and Mr. Coates has just answered that, what was the deciding factor for him to get in the race? And I would like to ask each of you, and we'll just start right here with Jim, and tell us what was the deciding factor for you in your decision to become a candidate for Metro Council's 23rd district?
Well, first let me thank everyone for being here this evening.
By the way, you have 2 minutes.
Thank you for being, thank my wife for letting me be here this evening. Public service and running for office does come at a cost to your family and your relationships, and so I do appreciate my lovely wife here on the front row letting me do this. What got me interested in running for Metro Council was having such a good council person for the last 8 years and seeing what a positive effect a strong and intelligent council member can do. In the last year, I got involved in the Stop Man movement because what I saw in that was a terrible idea being forced upon citizens, and it took almost a monumental effort to stop it. I know there are many people who favor the AMP, and it's not something that I felt was a good idea. I mean, I was very much opposed to it, and getting involved in that process sort of rekindled my interest in taking a more active part in my government. I thought it was a terrible idea. It bothered me that idea ever even came to fruition. How anyone could ever have thought this was a good idea and we become so close to such a conversation. I can promise you, on my watch, we'll have responsible transit. We won't do things just because there's federal dollars that we can grab and spend, but we'll do things that make sense. I just didn't think that did. I've been involved in my community. I've been the president of my homeowners association for several years. I've always been involved in my community and in my neighborhoods, but this seemed to be the next logical step. I'll take it.
Thank you. Thank you. Mina?
Yes. Good evening, and thank you everybody for being here. And I'm so grateful being sitting in front of you, and I feel so honored and humble. And again, my name is Mina. That is Mina with M. And if you know me, I'm still Mina. And well, before I go any further, please allow me to apologize because you may have a hard time understanding my English with heavy Southern accent. I will try to communicate with you as clearly as I can because I believe communication is the key to have a great relationship. So question was, why do I want to be a candidate for Metro Council District 23? Well, I'm a first-time candidate. I don't know how to be a candidate. Quite frankly, I don't want to be a candidate. But I do want to do what I want to be is the best council representative I can be for you. Best I know how. Emily Evans has been representing our district past 9 years. You may not always agree with her, but I think we can all agree she was the great representative for the district and for the city. And obviously, I have a big shoes to fill, and my feet are so small. But anyway, past 9 years, as long as Emily was in the office, I walked various issues with her side by side. So this time, Emily won't be able to run again, so I felt urged to step up and continue doing what I have been already doing past 9 years. I do not have any political ambition, but I do have time and passion to make our city a better city to live for all of us. So if you allow me and elect me, and I will do my best to continue what I have been doing. Thank you.
Thank you. Tom?
Thanks, Marty. Thanks, Mr. Mayor and Commissioners, and thanks for all coming tonight. I did a rain dance, so it would just stop right now. I appreciate it. Margie and I moved here about 13 years ago after living all over the country. We moved 8 times in 18 years. We had 3 kids in tow, along with 3 dogs. And we got to Nashville and absolutely fell in love with this city. I had a chance to move outside, and we just said, hey, this is a special place. Now, she's a saint for moving all those places, and I truly appreciate her. As part of that hotel progression, we saw a lot of the good, bad, and ugly of other cities. We lived in LA, the Chicagos, the Atlantas. And in LA, where you saw the character of the neighborhoods completely eroded, you saw some of the bad. In Atlanta, where they didn't address the traffic issues, they didn't address the education, we saw it. In Nashville, as I've had a chance to be here for 13 years, this is a pretty special city. It's not only all the stuff we have, it's the people that live here. Our neighbors that live here for 40 years to a lifetime. Places we've lived along the way, people would be there 2 or 3 years and then move on. And I think that the character of having these long-term neighborhoods is really very special. So I would like to retain this character of our neighborhood while trying to do a couple extra things that we can do, whether sidewalks and enhance our parks. There's things we can do specifically to improve our neighborhoods. When kids have to go down the middle of the street to Hillwood High School, I think that's just a little out of hand. Secondly, last week I was at Hillwood High School graduation and I got a chance for the 3rd year in a row to meet the kids graduating. Talking about a special occasion. You see these kids go across and have this big smile. When you see the parents so proud and the teachers so proud, it's very special. I'm doing this because I want to make sure that the other 75,000 kids have that special feeling someday. Thank you.
Thank you. Tim?
The reason I'm running for Metro Council is because I love the area. It's no secret that I'm from here. I think I'm one of 12 people now that I've met. But my wife and I both grew up here in Nashville. We met here in Nashville. We have a family here in Nashville. We've suffered through many of the hardships of Nashville, the embarrassing moments, such as Mayor Boner on Phil Donahue. Many of you remember that. We've experienced the excitement and the joy of Opryland. The only bad things about Opryland is you came home sunburnt and a little upset stomach from the food there. But and then it went away. Nashville's a great place. I was born here. I choose to stay here. Not going to relocate. We are here forever. My family my kids go to school here, public schools. I have a vested interest. I have skin in the game. That's the reason I'm running for Metro Council, because I care about Nashville. I've seen the bad, I've seen the good, and I know where we can go with Nashville under the right leadership. And I ask for your support, your votes, come August. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Coggins, is there anything you'd like to add to your reason for just to give you
Well,
time?
as most of you know, I jumped in late in the game. And I think I had heard so much disappointment about council people not attending meetings. I'm sure you've all seen the last story that Channel 4 did on our own council person who missed 80+ meetings. I think people want and expect more than that from the people that are going to serve. Show up. How can you possibly miss so much? And then to be promoting a 3rd-term agenda for candidates. Does it really take 12 years to learn this process? I mean, I've consulted with $100 million a year companies. I can jump in and hit the ground running. I don't need 8 years to figure it out. I can do it in far less time. I think people like to create the idea that government is complex. It's so difficult to figure out how it operates. If I went, I tell people all the time, if I went in to apply for a position and told my prospective employer, hey, you know what? I think in about 4 years I'm going to be able to understand your business model. In about another 4 years, I'll probably have a pretty good grasp on how the business operates. But in the last 4 years, I'm going to really be able to have an impact. I would be laughed out of the interview. But that's what, our current council person is presenting as an idea. And I'm going to tag on to Charlie Tiger's most recent resolution and bill that he's put forth to say that salary and pay is going to be commensurate upon the meetings that people attend. I'm going to want to add to that if you don't show up to a certain amount of meetings, you're discharged from office.
Thank you.